How you doing, YouTube? Matt Messa Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of Iron Hill up in his piece in form of their double Kryptonite. This be a 9.4%. They say double IPA. I call it a triple IPA. It says brewed with more than twice the usual hops. This double IPA is a hop hero of sorts. First, you'll taste notes of citrus, tropical fruit, and pine, and then out of this world bitterness sweeps in. Ooh, very cool. So craveable. This beer might be your kryptonite. Yeah. Iron Hill. They're kind of like the old school brew pub kind of they're an old school brew pub. Basically, they do that kind of model where they're definitely in as hard as they are in the food. Oh, it's clearish triple IPA, as I would put it, because 9.4 is not double. Yeah, I'm kind of excited right now. They do that kind of, restaurant and make beer kind of thing, but the big kind of twist on what they do is that the beers are typically pretty damn tasty. So I'm kind of curious to see how this one lands. It's all right. I mean, you get the whole Kryptonite thing. You get the whole Superman kind of comic book feel. That's what you're getting here. So I get it. It kind of looks like, cells from a comic book, the whole nine. So I don't mind it. But it's not necessarily my favorite kind of art design. But it gets the point across in a very poignant fashion. Poignant. There's nothing sad about this. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. That has very much like old school kind of piney, rich double IPA. I mean, you're talking about, your Pliny's of the world. You're even getting into your what was that? Well, I don't like talking about founders, but a Devil Dancer kind of thing. You're even eking towards the coloration you typically get from like a fresh 120. So I'm expecting this to be a bit robust, for the lack of a better term. So a amber colored, not hazy at all, very low carbed beer with a kind of just off white colored head. I mean, it looks old school. Big IPA. Look at that head just come back. Just that short little twirl. Beautiful. That's pretty, isn't it? Good God. Let's get a nose. Not getting a huge nose on this. How is that possible? It's just over a month old, so time isn't the issue on this. It was sent from the brewery, so I assume this has been cold the whole time. Aromatically, really not much there. Not much as far as sweetness, not much as far as fruitiness, not much as far as danky or piney or anything like that. It's just got a soft, very, very, very soft sweetness to it. And I mean, it's not like 4% Pilsner level sweetness to it. Done. There's nothing on the nose. I know my nose is working. I know it. I reviewed a beer before this, and that thing was much smaller than this and was quite vibrant. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh, man. That finish is dry and bitter. I don't mind this beer from a old school standpoint. It is literally... It's an East Coast IPA. Old school East Coast IPA with a subtle West Coast kind of treatment. Fully attenuated. Not much sweetness, if any, to really talk about. That bittering comes off as a piney, resinous characteristic, not nearly as big as what you'd expect from some of those kind of world-class, old-school West Coast IPAs. But like I said, this is inherently kind of an East Coast jammer because it has this kind of, I don't know, this under-ripened citrus thing going on. But then once you get that pop of that bitterness, that West Coast that comes in, and then you get that pop of that dryness in there, which is your fully finished beer, it's fun, but it is danger juice. I mean, if that bitterness and dryness didn't snap at the back end, I would be like, I'm drinking like a 5% pale ale. A West Coast influenced, East Coast, West Coast influenced, old school pale ale. That's how this beer drinks. You're talking about something that's eating towards 10 and drinking more like 5% if you can remove that snappy kind of bittering and dryness towards the very, very end. That's danger. This is like, if you're like, this is like danger beer in the sense that, like, let's say you're out with your friends, you're going around, you have a designated driver, more importantly, and it's non-COVID time, so you're hanging out and going from place to place to place. And, you go to a couple brew pubs and you finish up here, so you got a couple in. You shouldn't be driving, so you made the smart move, got a designated driver, you're Ubering it all night long. But you're not like rip shit. You're not rip shit drunk. But then you're like, you know what? Let's go hang out. Blah blah blah. Where at the apartment at fucking whatever. Let's grab some fours to go and let's chill. And you say, fuck it, I'll grab this thing. And you grab a four of this and you crack it. So you've already had a couple beers. And you crack this and go drink this. I'd be like, okay, I can get down with this. And you're not really thinking about ABV and stuff like that. You wake up in a dumpster. Straight up dumpster, because you drink this and going, okay, this is not bad. It's a little snappy bittering on the end, nothing too crazy. I could drink these all night. And you throw back 4 of these in an hour because you already have a couple in you, so you're drinking a little bit too quick. Yeah, bad things happen. Bad things, or good things. They could be good things, but more times than not, bad things happen. And hopefully it's a warm dumpster on a very comfortable afternoon. It's soft. It's a soft dumpster, maybe. But yeah, back to the beer though, without trying to be too funny guy. It lacks the volume this beer needs to have at this ABV level to be something that I would drink. I'm gonna drink this over the course of tonight because I want to see how it changes while it gets warmer. This isn't super cold. I would say it's probably 45 degrees at the time I cracked it, but I want to see where this beer shows up once I eke towards the 60. That's more curiosity for me than anything else. It's just, if this beer said it was 7%, I would have a problem with the ABV level. You know what I mean? Like, I would be like, man, you're really not giving me much at 7%. Well, you're eking towards 10 here. And while that little snappy, dry thing at the end, you can give me that dryness without much, if any, ABV. And that snappy bittering, you can certainly give that to me at a low ABV. I want some hair on fire shit once we start eating closer to 10%. And I just don't get it here. I know, I understand. Old school model, old school brewery, but they do some fun new school shit too. And I dig what they do. Like I said, I've enjoyed the beers they've sent off to me. It's probably my least favorite beer I've had from them. Not necessarily because it's a bad beer. There's nothing negative about it. There's nothing off as far as flavor. It's just, man, I could find this beer and what it's given me at 5%, and you're giving me double the ABV. That's kind of where my biggest gripe comes in. So yeah, let's talk about it. And one of the better triple IPAs, because they say double on there, but don't let them fool you. This is triple. You're higher than 9%. We could argue 9. I'll give you that one. I wouldn't agree with you. I think 9 is kind of where the number shifts from double to triple. For me, IPAs run from mid 5s to probably 7. I'll give you 7.5. Once you hit 7.5, you're in double range. And then once you get towards mid 8s, high 8s, 9, you're in triple range. And once you get to 11, maybe 12, then you're starting to get in the quadruple IPA range. Yeah, it just lacks that level of impact that I need at that ABV level. Value and availability, no idea anybody who exists or knows about this in the old Iron Hill universe. Let me know what's what and leave you with if you like what we like this beer. If you like, man, you like getting fucking shitty. If you like old school IPA, if you like bitterness and dryness in your IPAs, if that makes any sense, and you're cool with the opposite end of the direction as far as ABV goes. Listen, I understand I'm probably in a minority here. I know a lot of people want their 8% beers to drink like 5. I want my 5s to drink like 8s. But you have to really be cool with super high ABV beers with low impact. So if you dig that and you like old school stylings on the IPA, on the old school IPA, this is going to do you. So there you go. A little review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it down there. If you want to talk about it, Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massif. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Iron Hill right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers.